Terrion, ¿qué tan emocionado está el equipo de ir a por esa séptima victoria de forma consecutiva?
I would say it doesn't really take much poise, but at the same time it does take a lot of poise. Number one, just eliminating factors that have things to do as far as focusing on the outcome. Obviously, we dictate our own outcome. So when we go in there and control, we could control and just control the narrative and not worry about all the outside noise, which we've done a great job, and our coaches have done a great job just implying we have to stay focused. Everybody else can celebrate. If we start to celebrate, then we lose. But if we continue to just remain focused and take it one game at a time, one step, one play at a time, then we'll come out victorious.
¿Qué significa ser parte de estos Lions de Detroit, un equipo que se ha caracterizado por esa voluntad imponente de ganar?
It means everything to me. Number one, just because the city and just know where we came from. Obviously, you know, the culture and the heritage behind everything is extremely important. And in my off time, I've taken the time to do research on it, and just as far as how everybody used to look down upon us, and just seeing like us rise to the occasion and continue to just beat the odds, and that's actually what Detroit is about. So I would say like the city backing us, and then just knowing guys, you got guys from all over, different backgrounds, different ways of living, and then I mean the most exciting thing about it is we all come together for one important goal, and the city does too. So, I mean, when the Lions are winning, the city's thriving. So that's how I look at it.
Desde los 10 años sabías lo importante de ser exitoso. ¿Qué le dirías a ese pequeño Terrion ahora?
I would say, man, I'm proud of you. And you got to keep going. Like, you're doing a good job. Obviously, your rookie year, it's been ups and downs, but those were expected. You're continuing to get your groove. You're starting to flow. So just continue to make your family proud. Keep God first. Most importantly, just go out there and be yourself.
Creciste en Tallahassee y fuiste a la universidad en Alabama. ¿Cómo eso te formó?
Going to college in Alabama, it was actually kind of hard. Just being away from my family and everything that I left behind growing up. But at the same time, it allowed me to grow up and take advantage of my opportunity. Being around the best college football coach of all time, and Coach Saban, and just watching how he moved, him teaching me discipline, and we have a close relationship. It was actually his birthday a couple of days ago. So just being around that and being around that culture and learning the importance of discipline and winning, it's actually helped me thrive here because this is the same culture. And Coach Campbell, he preaches the same thing that Coach Saban used to preach.
Sabemos la relación especial que tienes con el entrenador Nick Saban, pero quiero que me hables de la relación tan particular que tienes con su esposa, con Terry Saban.
Miss Terry, you know, she's one of a kind. I mean, she's the type of person that will give you the shirt off her back, and I've said that in countless interviews. And just my relationship with her, even her checking on me, seeing how my season is going, and texting me different quotes and things, I really enjoy and appreciate her, and I'm very grateful to have her. I mean, just having somebody like that that you can lean on, even now. Like, obviously, I'm in the NFL now, and I'm not playing for her husband, but she still continues to reach out and just checks on me and make sure I'm doing well. So I'm very grateful for her.
Esta franquicia está muy bien representada con jugadores del Crimson Tide originalmente, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brian Branch, Jameson Williams. ¿Qué significa compartir vestidor con ellos?
It made my transition a lot easier. Obviously playing on the back end with Brian Branch, and he's having a terrific year. But then at the same time, just having a relationship with J-Mo and Jahmyr, my transition was very smooth because I had already been around those guys, and we had a relationship, and we're very fortunate to continue to just keep that relationship thriving. And I mean, when you see those guys, just seeing the growth that they had, when J-Mo came into Alabama, seeing him do what he's doing in the NFL, he did the same thing in college, and Jahmyr just being excited, doing the same thing, and then obviously Brian Branch just doing what he does. I mean, it's amazing to see. And, you know, those guys are my brothers, and I'm just happy to play with them.
Vimos tu TikTok felicitando a Holmes por ese gran trabajo de traer a Za'Darius. ¿Me puedes explicar el impacto que tiene Smith para esta franquicia?
Oh, man, Za'Darius, man, he's a game changer. He's something that I won't say it's an area that we struggle with, but he's something that can amplify the area and just get to the quarterback. I mean, he's already a veteran, and the guy's experienced, and he knows what it takes to win. So, I mean, just having a guy like that you can lean on. He was in the building today, his first time, and he just dapped everybody up, so that just shows you what type of energy he's bringing to this organization. And, I mean, you know, me congratulating Brad Holmes because he doesn't miss. I mean, the guy's on fire right now, man. So, yeah.
I love that. Te quiero preguntar por tu familia. Comparaste el trabajo de tu abuelo con las habilidades de un atleta. ¿Me pudieras expandir sobre eso?
Just being on the roof with my granddad, it changed the outcome of my life. I would say just keeping me from out of the streets and then just teaching me discipline and hard work. And then seeing this guy break his back every day, it forced me and it drove me to want to be successful because I'm like, wow, this is what hard work takes. And I've amplified that and applied that to the football field. So the life lessons that I learned on the roof, I tend to kind of apply those to football, just as far as trusting myself, having to wake up early, not being late, because if you're late, and I mean, in the business world, you lose out on money. Same thing in the NFL. If you're late, then you get fined. So, I mean, the two go hand in hand. And just seeing my grandfather, and even knowing now that he's still on the roof, it just shows me passion. So, I mean, he's doing it for as long as he can. So, in return, I'm going to do this for as long as I can. So, you know, he probably, right now, I won't say he's on the roof right now, but he's probably doing something work-related right now. So, I mean, he's a hard-working man. And, you know, I'm very fortunate to have him, too, and just be raised by him.
Work ethic, important in this family, for sure. Te quiero preguntar sobre tu mamá, Tamela. ¿Qué me puedes decir de ella?
My mom, she had me at a young age, and just everything that she overcame, just watching her struggle and just knowing that people used to kind of, I won't say people used to judge her, but people definitely used to kind of weigh in and kind of say she wasn't right for pouring all this into her kids and the sacrifices that she made. So, I mean, just being able to see my mom smile, and I mean, even her coming to the game and just seeing her child, like, she tells me that she's proud of me all the time. But I mean, I've been proud of her for a long time. So just watching my mom break her back, that just focused and caused me to just go out there and really give it everything I had, because she really made a lot of sacrifices, as all moms do. So, I mean, the best thing your child could do is just try to reward you in a positive way.
Y aparentemente las habilidades atléticas son de esta familia, porque tienes una prima, Jordan Bowes, que se ganó la medalla de bronce en la Copa Mundial Femenina de la FIFA Sub-20. ¿Qué tiene esta familia que tiene atletas pro?
I mean, my family, we're a close-knit family. And Jordan, at a very young age, I mean, she loves soccer. We all played soccer, but growing up, like, she was different. She went out there and played with the boys, and I can even remember, I remember this moment like it was yesterday. Me and her were playing, and I slide tackled her too hard, and she fell on the curb, and she was crying. And then she got back up, wanted to go outside and play again, not too long after she got herself cleaned up. So, I mean, my family and the genetics that we have, you know, it's just a blessing from God. And, like, we just use it to amplify him. And my cousin, you know, I'm very proud of her, because, I mean, I couldn't imagine being a pro at 17 years old. Like, when I look at her, I'm like, wow, you got people on your team who are 25, 27. And, you know, she's doing a great job, and it's been an adjustment for her, but I'm very proud of her.
Regresaste a tu preparatoria para entregarle una camiseta del Crimson Tide a uno de los conserjes para cumplir tu promesa. Háblame de ese momento.
That moment was everything. And then I told him I was going to give him my NFL jersey, and I went back and did that too this summer. So just being fortunate to have somebody like Mr. Biggs. You know, when I had first went to that school, people kind of used to look down on him. Obviously, he was the high school janitor. He was an old man. People kind of just, I'll never forget this one day, not saying any names, but I saw a kid kind of like just shove his trash on the ground, so he had to clean it up. And I went and picked it up, threw it away from him, and then that kind of began our friendship. So in my free period in class, I used to start working with him. And I mean, you know, my high school coach used to get mad because Mr. Biggs kind of had me doing some crazy stuff. Like one day my coach walked in, I was on an 11-foot ladder putting a sign on the school board. But I did it because I felt like, you know, him doing it, if he got hurt or if he fell, it was a chance that it could, you know, be very detrimental to his life. But if I got hurt doing it, then, you know, I could shake back from something like that. But just our relationship and the stories that he used to tell me, you know, he just taught me in life that it's okay not to be okay. Like, you know, he talks about all the time how clean, how sober he's been, and how he overcame that. Recently, he texted me and told me I was his hero. And, you know, obviously I responded and said, nah, Mr. Biggs, like, you're my hero. So just having a relationship with somebody like that, it's a blessing, man, because it really taught me in life just how to treat people. And, I mean, treat the janitor like the CEO. And, I mean, you know, same thing, like just the moral of the story is to treat everybody how you want to be treated.
Treat everybody the same. We're all the same.
Yeah, and I mean, he's a real cool dude. Like, if you really take the time to just get to know him and look at him, man, it's like I'm hanging out with one of my friends who's close in age to me. Like, the guy is really a character.